U.S. President Joe Biden there. Today is World Heart Day, and it is a reminder to everyone around the world to take care of their hearts. This year's campaign focuses on the essential step of knowing one's heart with the aim of increasing awareness of cardiovascular diseases and how to control them. The International Day was established by the World Health Federation in collaboration with the World Health Organization. In a world where knowledge about the care of the heart is limited and policies are insufficient, stakeholders aim to shatter barriers and empower individuals to take control of their well-being. Joining me now for a look into proper care of the heart is the President, Medical Initiative for Africa, Agbo Ebuta. Thank you for joining us on The World Now. Such a great celebration, talking...
Thank you for having me.
Yes, talking about the heart. Talk to us about the significance of this. Yes, the heart is important, but just how significant is it?
Okay, thanks for having me. Actually, I'm a vice president. My president is still alive and kicking, and I'm not planning any coup yet. But on a more serious note, the heart, if you take out one of the kidneys, the person can live even a normal life. If you take out an eye, the person would live. If you take half the liver, the person would live. But if you take out the heart, the person dies. So the heart is that important for survival. Now, the heart also has to function well because every minute it pumps about 4 liters to 5 liters of blood. Now, that is what you call cardiac output, and it's important for normal functioning, to walk, to talk, to breathe, to do all the stuff we do. So imagine the heart not being able to pump that, or the heart being taken out. That's how important. So the heart is central to survival, living and functioning properly. It is therefore important that the noise and the commemoration of the World Heart Day is something to be encouraged, something to be repeated. And in this particular situation, we are talking about increasing awareness about the heart, what we need to know about the heart. The heart can fail, the heart can stop working, the heart can suffer all kinds of infection. And when that happens, there is a problem.
So let's talk about
20 million people globally die of heart problem.
Mr. Ebuta, that statistic is actually staggering. But let's talk about those activities of humans that predispose us to these conditions you've spoken about, the heart failing, the heart stopping to beat, and all of those.
Okay, in terms of activities and risk factors, first, no activity, that is not walking, not exercising, not staying active, is a problem. That is a heart disease. That can put you at risk of heart disease. And the cutoff line is that if you are walking less than 5,000 physical exertion and walking 5,000 steps, you are basically not doing any activity that is of significant cardiovascular help. Another important factor is hypertension. Hypertension is responsible for a significant percentage of heart disease, and typically uncontrolled hypertension. And this is important because in Nigeria, we have 30 to 40 million Nigerians with hypertension, and it's only about half of them that are aware that they are hypertensive. So they are not treating. Even the remaining half that are treating, most of them are not able to afford the drugs. They are not able to take it on a daily basis, and that has implications. Diabetes. In Nigeria, we have a prevalence of about 6%. That puts it at about 6 million Nigerians and counting who are diabetic. That is a risk factor that can put the patient at risk of the heart failing. Obesity. Obesity in Nigeria is growing. Overweight is put at 25%. That's 1 in 4 Nigerians is overweight. While obesity is put at 15%. That means 1 in 6 Nigerians is obese. This is a risk factor for the heart and can cause the heart to have problems and even fail. High abnormal cholesterol, lipids. This is of significant importance and highly neglected. Over half of Nigerian adults have abnormal cholesterol. Some studies have shown that up to 75%. This is the problem, and we don't seem to be doing as much about it. Cigarette smoking, excessive alcohol intake are all key risk factors. So in a nutshell, these are the key risk factors that predispose patients to hypertension, to predispose patients rather to heart disease, which is responsible for so many deaths. Indeed. And reduction in quality of life in our environment. In Nigeria right now, we have a doctor-patient ratio of 1 to 10,000. So even the patients cannot even see the health worker who will now diagnose and treat them. Even when they are diagnosed and treated, they can't even afford the medication because these medications have gone up significantly.
Indeed, and that's a dangerous trend. That's a dangerous trend.
It is,
You will
a
agree.
dangerous trend.
Let's talk some more about
Absolutely.
hypertension. Let's talk some more about hypertension. Yes. You mentioned it earlier.
Yes.
We know that it could be hereditary. So who are the people actually that should, pay more attention to checking their heads, checking their hearts rather, to getting these checks done really?
Every Nigerian above the age of 15 should get their blood pressure checked. In fact, there's an emerging phenomenon that is called hypertension in the young, even younger people. 2 days ago, I saw a patient that her kidney had failed, and she's just in her late teens, and her BP was elevated. She was hypertensive. We had to start our medications. So from the age of 15, basically. However, these chances are higher with age. So once you get to 30, 35, 40, you know that you need to check on a regular basis because it is that common. So hypertension is a big issue in Nigeria. 30 million Nigerians have it, and the primary healthcare sector is not as strengthened as it should be. But I think Professor Ali Pate will be doing something about that, hopefully. We have 30,000 primary healthcare centers. Only 6,000 to 10,000 are even functioning. But again, we have a debt of human resources at this level. We have a debt of consumables, availability of consumables at this level. We have a debt of distribution of human resource in the primary healthcare level. In fact, there are some states in Nigeria where you have a doctor-patient ratio of 1 to 50,000. Unbelievable, you must say, but
so
that is the truth.
It means that all hands have to be on desk, because apparently this is not just about the patient. It's also about the authorities ensuring that the right infrastructure is in place for these checks to be done and for healthcare service delivery to be given to the people, isn't it?
100%. Do you know that if we were to eliminate hypertension in Nigeria, we will cut heart disease by as much as 30%. That will save us a lot of money to concentrate on other health indices, because non-communicable disease, where hypertension, diabetes, obesity, and inactivity, and all of the other things provide a risk for, is on the rise. In fact, 70% of non-communicable disease is now happening in low and middle income countries like Nigeria, where we are challenged. We have a population of 220 million people, and these people need some form of strategy to address their health. The minister has come up with a 4-point agenda. He wants to do, what does he want? He wants to do data. Yes, we understand that if you don't have a national data system where everybody it can be captured, you don't have data, you cannot move. The second thing he also wants to do, he wants to look at health investment into industries.
Dr. we may not be able to go into all of that now, that the minister has said, but you know what, we are just looking out for how this sector would receive all of the attention it needs so that the health of Nigerians would be properly taken care of. I've been speaking with Dr. Agbo Ebuta, Vice President, Medical Initiative for Africa. Thank you so much for talking to us, and our kind regards to your president.